Hey, Lakewood Baptist Church family, Pastor Jared here, coming to you from a closet in my house. I'm playing hide and go seek with my boys right now, and I'm just waiting to be found. And as I sit here waiting, I'm starting to think about some of the other areas in my life where I'm waiting right now, waiting for life to return to normal, waiting for schools and businesses and recreational places to open back up. And I'm reminded of a story from Scripture about waiting. Back in the Old Testament, we read that the Israelite people waited 400 years to be delivered from slavery in Egypt. And then even after they were released from slavery, they went out into the wilderness where they had to wait another 40 days as Moses met with God up on the mountaintop. During those 40 days, we understand that the people, they just ran out of patience. They couldn't wait any longer. And so they fashioned themselves an idol and walked away from God for a time. In these seasons of waiting, we're always tempted, what should we do? Who do we call out to in times like this? And I want you to know that frustration and anger and even disappointment are very real and understandable feelings at this time, but we don't have to get frustrated. We know three particular truths from Scripture that I think help us during this season of waiting that we find ourselves in. Truth number one is that waiting reveals what you worship. The people in Israel, they couldn't wait any longer. They wanted to worship, and they wanted to worship now. And because Moses wasn't there to tell them how they could worship God, they made themselves an idol. You see, when we are waiting, sometimes we ask, what is it that I really worship? What is it that I really value? Because what we focus on determines what we value, and what we value determines what we worship. Second truth from Scripture is that waiting is never wasted. Waiting is never wasted. There are times where God is preparing us for something really good in the future as we wait. Thinking just of that story of Moses on the mountaintop. What is Moses getting up on the mountaintop? He's getting the law. He's getting the promise from God that he will be there, that he will be their God, that he will protect them, that he will lead them in truth and righteousness and be with them always. That was a good reason to be waiting, but they just didn't see it at the time. They thought their waiting was for no other purpose than God withholding himself from them. And so they refused to wait, believing it was being wasted. Last truth about waiting is that waiting helps us to focus on God's faithfulness. In these times of waiting, I want to encourage you to look up and remember the evidences of God in your life, and also to look back. Look back on those other times where God has been faithful in your life. What do you know about God that encourages you in the waiting? That's proof of his faithfulness. What are those experiences from your past that remind you of how God has been faithful to you through your waiting in the past? Think on those things as you wait during this COVID-19 season. Also, with our time here, I just want to encourage you, don't forget about National Day of Prayer tomorrow, May 7th. Check our online bulletin, check our Facebook page, check our website, and look at some of the opportunities we have right here in our area to celebrate the National Day of Prayer, even though it is going to look a little different this year because of everything going on. I also want to remind you all about the Mother's Day drive-thru this Sunday, May 10th. We're going to be there from 10:15 to 11:30. We encourage you to load the family up in the car. Come on over to the church. Leaders there will be passing out treats for mom and activities for the kids to work on at home. And there's also going to be an opportunity for you to pray. If you want to pray with me or one of the other leaders, we'll direct you just to pull your car over to the side, out of the line and out of the way, and we'll pray for you right there on the spot. You're never going to get out of your car. The whole thing will probably take 30 seconds, a minute tops, but we just want to see you. We want to encourage you. We want to let our moms know how much we love and appreciate them. And then we want to get you on your way and back to your Mother's Day celebrations. Thanks so much for tuning in. I think I hear something. Ah! Hey! Ah, you got me. Oh, man, you boys are so good at this game.
Hi, folks. Here I am at our porch swing. It's a little chilly this morning, but we're doing pretty good. We're really looking forward to getting back together as a group and being able to shake some hands and even some hugs maybe. But we're looking forward to that, maybe soon. Hopefully everybody's doing well and having a good time. Bye.